Ooh, you almost got burnt, honey. Oh, careful. How's it going? Good. Right. That treat's pretty on in there. Ooh. Yeah, Thea's had diarrhea. Oh, so that's why we're YouTube. What you said when you said ASMR, I don't know. It's like, you know how like certain noises can like give you like the tingles? Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's like content where it like gives people like the tingles. Oh, okay. So it's like whispering little sounds. Oh, okay. Sound healing gives me that. Yeah. Like there's like freaky ASMR, sound healing ASMR. Yeah, but I didn't know I didn't know what to talk about, so I just kind of quit talking and started doing more noises. And I was like, this is what we're gonna do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
but sorry about the smell. Actually, I'm not. Yeah, you should be sorry, but I got a lot of candles going. So how's the new job?
Good work, Tia.
Yeah. You are fasting today.
I'm not giving you anything. This is all for us.
Actually, I will take that from you. I need it. Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Yeah. Pop a squat, have a seat. Okay. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, look at all these beads.
Yes.
I have a tiny bit, not nearly this much. Cool.
Years of not throwing things away.
Ooh.
Yeah, so how's the new job going?
Good. It's really good.
Leah?
I know, I haven't seen you in a while.
Okay. Ma'am, you're fasting today because of your explosive farts.
Yeah, hands are dirty.
Oh, juicy.
Yeah, my diet's really easy.
Oh, nice.
His wife died unexpectedly in October.
Oh, that's
like right after he got injured at work.
How did he get injured? Or what's his injury?
Rotator cuff
I don't know.
in your shoulder.
Ouch.
Yeah, and then his wife got diagnosed with cancer. By the time we found it, it had already spread to her brain, and she died within a week. Finding out,
Yeah.
like something like that. And then he had surgery, and then he also since then had bronchitis and COVID.
Jesus.
And he has asthma.
Good Lord.
And he has part of his lung missing because of a surgery he had.
Wait, what? How's that a thing?
I didn't know either, but he had strep throat so bad that it turned into scarlet fever. And then it had started spreading to his lungs, so they removed part of his lung.
Dang.
So, like, on top of all of that, he can't breathe very well right now. But he's nice. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. I think mostly I'm just helping him, like...
Thank you very much for the snacks and the coffee, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome.
I was actually, like, craving this coffee, like...
Really?
Yeah. Lately.
What's this say?
Supposed to say...
Oh, confidence.
Okay. I was like, did I spell it wrong? Hey, guys, you getting into shit is what has destroyed the smell in this apartment. So,
Can I have some?
Yeah.
Yeah. You and me.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about her, not you.
No.
Chill.
No.
That was very sweet.
How have you been?
Kind of, but not. I don't like it with the black. Not really did it with the black. I do better without the black, I think. Let's set that one also up there. Yeah, good. I had a therapy yesterday. It went really well. One of the things that I'm gonna whisper. One of the things that we had talked about was I was talking about like moving to Arizona, and I've been like looking at places, but one of my concerns And so I was talking to her about that, and then I was talking to her about like places to live and my credit score and all of this. And so we were kind of talking about that, but then she goes, what if like everything just works out? And like, what if
she has a good point?
Yeah, like what if there's like no barriers? And because like all the barriers I said like are there, but like that's never really made a difference. Like I'm, like me talking about it was more of like talking about like a to-do list and stuff. And so when she had said that, I was like, because she's kind of like, then what? Because in my mind, I'm always just like, what's the next barrier kind of thing. And I was like, oh shit. What if like I can just like do and get everything I want? And I'm like, well, what do I want? Because like my biggest thing right now is I feel like claustrophobic and I want to be free. Like I want, whatever. She had a little stash of trash under there apparently. I didn't realize that, but whatever's keeping her happy. But yeah, like here, like I can't just go out and like burn shit when I want to. Like fucking like if I want to just like scream and go break shit. Like I have a garage, but like to be honest, it's just fucking cold outside.
Yeah, I haven't been doing that because it's so fucking cold.
Yeah, and so like I just want to be able to like just be free and do what I want, and then like after that, I was like, ooh, what do I want? And then I was like, I don't know, like I want, I like want to be creative, and I also want to like stream and like put it all like out there on the internet, but not in like a content creator way. I was actually talking about that last night on Twitch because I like couldn't sleep because I was up all night. But like I like being able to like talk to people without having them there. Like how do I put this? Like I mean with my friends it's different because like you guys all know me, but like whenever there's like people coming over or whatever, typically it's like you have to like host or like whatever, and it's just like I just don't want to do that sometimes, but I still want people there. And like so I was like I like streaming because I like to one think out loud, two like getting other people's input, but like also other people tend to like talk about their problems and stuff like if they're bummed out, and then it like takes me out of my head and I can focus on like somebody else. And like I don't know, just being able to like be by myself but like simultaneously like have people to talk to. But like I hate texting so it's like nice where I can just talk but then read it.
Yeah,
because I like reading it, but
responding.
Yeah, and so I was just like I want to just be creative and like build shit and like I don't know, just stream and stuff and talk about whatever, mental health, witchcraft, I don't know if I know whatever. So yeah. Yeah, I know. It was weird to think about like what I want. Like that's a weird
Yeah,
concept.
welcome to my world.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the like correcting, proofreading, that kind of thing? Editing?
For what?
Your other job?
Oh, it's copywriting. So I'm just basically making content, like writing things that will be eye-catching or for selling. So what I'll be doing is like it's just like basically marketing, but through writing. So like the person I'm working for, she is she right now she helps other human design manifestors through her content and knowledge in human design and just like building a community for manifestors, and uplifting them and stuff like that. And so she's built a lot of products around that. And then now she's starting to expand on what she's doing as a business. A lot of it she's expanding to all human design, bringing this all together and like building a community so that other manifestors can join up with projectors, generators, whatever. And then she's also going to be launching something new. And so a lot of her projects coming up, she needs help on basically. And so basically she hired me. She actually ended up hiring Summer, because I told Summer about this job, because Summer's been wanting a new job. And I told Summer about it. But so copywriting is basically just writing sales content.
Give me an example, because I'm not. Sorry.
Well, so when I don't have any experience in it, so when I applied for the job, she said, I first said I'd love to be considered, and she said, cool, here's my email address. Give me samples of your work. And I'm like, ooh, okay, I don't have samples of copywriting, but I was like, wait, I'll just show her my website. So I showed her my website, and she loved it, and so. Yeah, you're basically like copywriting is like you're a writer, like almost like a ghostwriter for somebody that's selling something. So like you give them
like a product description.
Yeah, or for services as well. But like you do it for social media, you make another version for email newsletters, another for their website or whatever. That way, I don't
see. Did you hear her fart?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been doing that all fucking night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It'll smell too.
So it's just it can be like catchy words, basically. Creative way to sell something.
Yeah, we used
to persuade them to be like, oh wow, this sounds amazing. I need to buy it.
Yeah, we used to do that in PR, like product descriptions, and then the whole, I was thinking copyright, like if you write something and then you like get a copy, like you get a copyright, like a book, like a copyright. And so I was confused.
It's kind of like that because the person that needs you to write it, they kind of give you an idea of what they want, and you reword it to make it sound really good.
Yeah, that's what we used to do in PR.
Cool.
But yeah, I guess I didn't know that.
And then so
they call it copyrighted now.
Cool. I didn't know. Yeah. So her new thing that's coming up in like April, she's launching this thing where she's making this service product to where other entrepreneurs, like they need a whole sales pitch for like social media every time they release a program, product, whatever. So she's creating this program to where they don't have to even come up with all of that. It's called launch flow or something. So like they would hire her company, and us copywriters are going to come up with the material for their business, specifically catered to their business, so that they don't have to do all that work. It's done for them.
Nice.
So I think when she launches that, like that's when my work with that will pick up, because right now, like it's first come, first serve, whoever wants to pick it up. Cool. And she just like posted something in our group chat, and I didn't get it in time. Someone else picked it up. I'm like, but
that's cool. I think that'll be good for you.
Yeah, and then my friend.
Plus, you can do that at your other job when he's, just chilling.
I know. And then a friend of mine needs a virtual assistant, and I was like, I can do that for you.
What's that? Explain that to me. I understand what an assistant is. Now, how to do that completely virtual.
So he would probably give me access to his email.
Mm-hmm.
He would have me create graphics for him. We're going to talk more in detail about what he needs this weekend. But probably we would probably go to Google Share documents and Excel stuff and whatever. Just basically administrative stuff. I would do that.
Ooh.
And I'm like, and he goes, I just need somebody to organize all of my things for me. I'm like, I can do that. I love doing that.
Yeah. How much are you getting paid to do that?
We haven't talked about that yet. But I told him, I was like, you were telling me you were thinking about you need to hire somebody for it, and my intuition told me to offer me to do it for you. Now I would just be excited to do it. Obviously I want to be compensated for it, but I'm trying to do things that I like doing, and the universe will take care of me for it. So I was basically gave him the responsibility to figure out what he would pay me, because he's going to do some research on on average what VAs are paid. And I was like, I'm just going to be happy with doing the work for you.
Yeah.
And the universe will help me out.
No, that's awesome. I like that. I like that mentality.
So I'm for the first time in my life, I'm going to have 3 jobs. And I'm like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. But it kind of worked out where you can do them all simultaneously.
I know.
So
sorry, I keep talking about it.
Oh no, you're okay. Oh yeah. So at the meditation last night, I had brought up what we had talked about in therapy in regards to no blockages, whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess for me, I sometimes but how did I word it? I was but at the same time, I want to be realistic. And Amy was ooh, there's a lot of programming there that you have to undo. And I was
yeah,
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to hear your take on that.
I don't know, because I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
Realistic.
I know. But you're also a manifester, so
I know.
You're more trusting. Well, I mean, you don't have to be under there.
Honestly, I don't think it's so much about trust when I'm manifesting. Because, okay, so when it comes to human design, what I learned about...
You feel like you deserve things, though.
You think that's how you see me?
No, sorry, that sounded bad.
No, I didn't mean it. I didn't take it wrong. I'm just surprised that you...
if you want something, you're not afraid to ask the universe for it.
Oh, okay.
You're deserving of it. You feel like you deserve it because, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
You want it for a reason. So, you just don't question it. You just, I don't know, ask for it kind of thing. And, for me, if I want something, I don't ever ask for it.
You're more of you get it when you want it versus allowing it to come to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just I don't even know how to ask for it. Thea, you keep farting. Why don't you go out from not in here? Because I can't do what happened last night again. That was just... she was sleeping in here, but every time she had to fart, or not fart, every time we had a system where she'd fart every 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And once she started looking at her butt, when she farted, that meant oops, she was nervous about that one. And once she started farting and licking it, it was okay, in the other room. So yeah.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. So we didn't sleep at all last night, and it smelled so bad.
I didn't sleep well last night either. Steven had an asthma attack almost all night.
Ooh, Jesus.
Yeah, and he's running out of his inhaler.
Oh yeah.
Pumps in his inhaler. So he's using his nebulizer, and it wasn't doing shit for him. I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
Jeez.
Okay, so I have to think about this. So when you want something, do you have a big motivator behind it, like a big reason why?
Yeah, but when I want something, my thought after that is like, so how you're like, how do I manifest it, or like you just ask for it. My thought is, if I want something, it's what do I need to do to get it? Like my thought is like, I have to work for it, but like, what do I need to, like, what work do I need to start doing to make that happen?
Well,
it's like the thought of asking for it doesn't come to me. It's like, what work do I need to start doing for that? Like versus just like asking for it. And like, and I'm not trying to say that like you don't work for it. Like you'll put it down. Like when you ask the universe for it, like you kind of, um, like you write things down, or you like,
I'll say it out loud too.
yeah, like you ask for it and then kind of like allow it to happen. And like, you know, if that involves like something coming up that like motivates you to work for it or something, like you wait for the next step where I like,
Yeah.
that thought doesn't, before I met you, like I wouldn't have even like understood that mindset existed. Or like after seeing you do it, and after like, because we haven't hung out in a while lately, I've like noticed that more of like, oh yeah, she does this, she does this, she writes down, she asks for it. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't even know what to ask for, how to ask for it. And like, because I never do. I'm always just like, I want something. What do I need to start working on? And it's like, I need, like, there's no like pause or reflecting or like asking, because how do you allow something if you don't? Like, I need to get more in tune with divine feminine energy.
Also, ever when you want something and you're asking for it, do you also do you also like and like visualize it?
Yeah, but like, I think where it comes in for you is like, you have this like innate, because I want it, I like deserve it. Like there's a reason I want it. Where like for me, I think I don't feel deserving of anything unless I like
work hard for it.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't deserve it. Yeah. And so it's like I have to constantly like um work hard enough so that I like deserve it. And it's like, which I'm uh verbalizing my thoughts, like I'm figuring this out like now as I'm talking. But yeah, I think that's kind of one, I've noticed it become problematic because my end goal, like if I want something and I'm like, what do I need to do to start working and start working? Sometimes me working hard leads me down different paths that are like not what I wanted or intended. Or sometimes I get like so, I work so hard that like I can't enjoy what I'm doing anymore. And it's like I wanted, like, I don't know. It's like I want to work out of inspiration and not obligation, but like I work so hard that like then things turn into an obligation. And like,
okay, well, let me give you the example of how I got this job, the job I work today. It started with me realizing that when I was like at the bottom, I was like, I have to get a regular job.
Yeah.
right now at least. And so I started looking on Facebook for jobs. Nothing was coming. Like nothing was fitting my criteria, which I had specific criteria. I wanted something that was at least $14 an hour.
Staring in the window, and I looked in your eyes, and your eyes looked like beautiful. I'll put the camera on you.
So I wanted something that was at least $14 an hour. I wanted it to be flexible hours to where I could work when my kids were at school.
And see, like when you put it all out there, you feel like deserving of that. Like you.
Well, I think it's because like I'm like, how many jobs are out there? There's got to be something for me that I need.
I guess like how do you just like feel deserving? Like,
well, I'm surprised you say that about me because like with money, I have issues with money. I feel like I think deep down I feel like I don't deserve it.
Yeah, money is like different though. Like,
yeah,
I don't know because like I do feel like there's like a lot of just like programming, like for us and millennials specifically with money.
Yeah.
But just like when you ask the universe for what it is you want, you feel like you deserve it because you want it, even if it's like something where, even if it's like realistic, like $14 an hour or something where it can be flexible and like all of that, and and it's just like how do you just like feel deserving of like, because I think for me, I just have that mentality of like, just because I want something doesn't mean I deserve it. And it's like, that should not be, there's a difference between entitlement and like feeling deserving. You know what I mean?
So you feel like that if you're asking for something that it makes you entitled?
No. Maybe. I don't know. Like for you, when you say those things and put it out there, it doesn't, like when you're talking about $14 an hour, time, whatever, that doesn't have an entitled energy behind it. Like, or I didn't perceive there to be one. But like for me, I guess, yeah, if I associate feeling deserving of something as like feeling like entitled to it. And I'm like, I don't know.
What? I wonder why that is. I don't know. I think it's just because when I
guess I always had to earn everything as a kid. It was always like, no, you don't deserve that. No, you don't deserve that. No, you don't deserve that.
I mean, I was like that too, being raised like that too. But I felt like there was this gut instinct in me, like, no, I deserve this because I'd always thought, well, I'm not asking too much.
Yeah, I think for me, because I have that fight or flight mentality, like fight would kick in. So like if I was told I don't deserve something, I would work or figure out a way to like get it. So it was kind of like, well, even if I don't deserve it, I don't care, I'm gonna get it. You know what I mean? And I think that mentality is like kind of what's holding me back, is like I don't feel deserving, so I'm like, well, I'm gonna get it anyway. And it's like, no, I don't have to like fight for it. Like I should just deserve what I want or need because I want or need it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, you just like, I don't know. It's probably that manifester. Like
it is because, well,
you know what I mean?
It is, and I don't say that to brag. It's just with the human design. So being a manifester means that we have a defined area, and whatever we say or whatever we do when we use this will come into fruition, whether or not we realize it. It's kind of like an unconscious thing. So like sometimes, like I don't realize I manifested it until it's all said and done. Like this job, I'm like, oh, it's exactly what I was. And sometimes I don't even have to say it. I just have to think it. Like the requirements, I'm like, I didn't even. like say it out loud. I just thought, I'm like, I need it to be like this.
Well, and I think that's what's like I'm realizing is slowly with that, because I have no issue manifesting things. Like I've been able to do that as a kid. Like even when I lived in a loft downtown Cedar Falls, like I had a skylight above my bathroom. It was huge. It was like my apartment was it was gorgeous. Like I'd love to live there again, but it was one of those things that when I got it, I was just like, whoa, because I toured the place just because like I thought it was cool to tour loft style apartments. I was just kind of like, oh, one day, and I went into that one, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna live here, and I just like knew it, and like then it happened. And same with like when I lived in the loft downtown before I moved to Des Moines, I saw the one where I lived in with Jeff, and I was like, oh, that'd be my dream apartment. And then I like lived there, and I was like, oh, there's no way I'd ever be able to afford it. And then like I met Jeff and whatever, and it worked. But like even as a little kid, like there was a drawing once, a raffle, and that they were giving away not even a CD Walkman, like a tape recorder Walkman. But like that's kind of where I'm at now. Is like I can do witchcraft and manifest shit for other people, but like when it comes to me, I'm even just kind of like there's that mentality of like I have to work for it, and it's just like it's holding me back from uh like it's creating a blockage, like allowing me to manifest. Because before recently, I wouldn't like when I say like I knew I was gonna live there, or I knew I was gonna move to Des Moines, or I knew something, like it wasn't like I wanted it, so I like tried to manifest it by knowing like the claircognizance thing, like I would see it and I just knew. I was like, oh, I don't know when, like, but now that's like I know I'm gonna move to Arizona, and I've known that since like a few years now actually, but I know that it's coming soon. But usually I like know kind of the next thing, and I'm not like I'm not like being allowed to like know, and it's just like no, you have to figure out what you want first. And I'm like, but I don't like what I want seems unrealistic, and like I don't deserve it. And then it's like, well, that's on you. Uncover that. So here we are, Keely, fix my problems.
Okay, when I'm manifesting something, like manifesting, you actually do have to put in some effort. But the amount of effort is not what you think it is. So like
I feel like I don't even deserve to take the time to write stuff down. Like how you write stuff down, I'll go to make a list, and I'm like, no, I don't have the time to do that right now. I need to be working. I don't like deserve to take that time to myself right now. I know. And then like I'll sit on YouTube and not do anything until like 7 a.m. I could have been writing shit down, but I don't know. At night I need to decompress. But yeah, I know. I mean, I think also you having kids, like your happiness allows them to have a better life too. You know what I mean?
That's why I asked, like, do you have a big motivator behind manifesting? Because a lot of stuff, like the job thing that I did, is because I need to be able to provide for my children. That was a huge motivator. Like, I need to make this happen.
I feel like I'm not important enough to like.
But I also it wasn't that either. It was I need a roof over my head. Otherwise, I can't. I'm gonna lose my house. You know.
Yeah.
My place of living. I'm gonna lose this if I don't do something as soon as possible.
Yeah. And my thought is like I could not have a roof over my head. There's people homeless all the time. Like that could happen to me. Like why are they homeless? Why do I deserve something? Like I feel very undeserving about everything, which is weird. But like that's why I think I'm proud when I do something, and why other people's like I don't know, I don't seek validation like externally, because like I know I've worked so hard for things that like I don't care, but at the same time I'm just realizing that like I don't feel deserving for anything. Like I think that's why accepting gifts and stuff is really hard, and it's really hard for me to even like acknowledge it or say thank you. I'm getting better at it, but like,
yeah. But I know, like, the reason why I came over with that is because, well, one, I haven't seen her in a while, but like, two, like, I know that's something you really, really appreciate, and I remember that, and I want to make sure that you know that I appreciate you.
yeah, and I do know that, and I like love that, and then I also kind of feel bad because like I know. Yes.
Bye. She's like, I'm gonna be good now.
Yeah, but then I also feel like, I mean, that's just me in general, which I'm still working on. But like my thoughts and feelings and my actions and words, like not only are they not on the same page, they're like two separate books. So I mean, I'm still working on that. But been watching on YouTube this morning about reflective listening. That's in regards to like
what's reflective listening?
It's more what like therapists do when talking to like clients and stuff like that. But for me, because I was talking to her about like how do I ask questions without interrogating people? How do I like talk and uncover things without like arguing? So I want to understand. And she was talking to me a little bit about that. She goes, start looking that up. She goes, it'll be a lot of like videos on people coming to be therapists. She goes, you don't have to worry about that, but that might help. And then she's also like, and work on, well, because she was saying something like, oh, did that person feel like you dismissed their viewpoint or did they feel invalidated? I'm like, oh, 100%. I was like, yeah, I totally like was dismissive and like invalidated like everything. And she's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, I don't mean to. I was like, but, and like, this is insignificant, but I was like, I feel like, well, who am I to like offer validation? Like, why does my validity mean anything? Like, who am I? But then, whatever. But so she's like, we'll say like, oh, I can see why you think that, or that's a valid thought. And so later, when we were talking about what if everything worked out, she was like, that's valid. And she goes, oh, that's a valid thought. And I was like, that's a valid thought. And I started repeating her behavior because I'll mirror people when they do it.
Yeah.
And then she goes, maybe look up reflective listening. And I was like, okay. She goes, good job, practice it. But it sounds very like ingenuous or condescending. And she's like, I know it's not, but like, just maybe look that up and see. I'm like, okay. Because I'm like, that's a valid thought. And I just repeated it over and over again. I can see why you think that way. I can see why you think that's valid. I'm like, and Jordan all the time when I'm like trying to like understand where he's coming from or whatever, explain things. He's like, oh my God, you're trying to be like a preschooler. I'm like, that's beside the point, but I don't know.
Sometimes I'll say that's an interesting perspective. Was that one?
Yeah, it was just burning at the bottom, so I'm assuming the glass cracked. Because it was really hot.
Oh, man.
I don't know, but whatever I was about to say, apparently, I didn't need to say it, because the universe just literally, like,
shut up!
Yeah. Listen, bitch! Focus on listening.
Yeah, I usually say like, that's an interesting perspective, or thank you for sharing that perspective without giving any of my input of like, especially if it's an opposite of what they're saying. I'll just say, thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm. So back to feeling deserving.
Mm-hmm.
You feel very deserving, Thea.
Yeah. So she actually can take one. Yeah.
You know better than that, but that was a good try. Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is what I just remembered. This is what I do sometimes when I'm trying to manifest something, whether it's an object or an outcome or an experience. I'll say, be like, for the goodness of all concerned, make me feel like that and
Okay. Others benefit from being happy, fulfilled, and live the best life. Keely talk. Keely talk and date. Okay. Oh, but we knew. Sorry, mate.
yeah.
So you like practice. I cut you off when you were talking about like that's like work and whatever. And I don't know.
Oh no, that's good. Well, I feel like I was gonna already know on how to man. How do I practice deserving?
Well, knowing like the fact it's also helpful.
Okay.
Like I just got distracted because I get distracted.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to that, like explaining how I make my jobs. Okay, so I thought of like the criteria to have a job, and I didn't want it to be full time. I wanted it my energy. Like I was looking at all these service jobs, and I'm like, oh, that's a lot of work for little pay. And I was like, yeah, that's not for me. So I just kept looking on my own until I went to an ecstatic dance.
One more time, a what dance?
Ecstatic dance. You have ecstatic dance. Have you heard of that?
Nope.
There you go. Every seat or something like that. That sometimes on Thursdays, or leads it.
I think that's what I was like, because he used to talk about dance and whatnot. Not dance and like releasing stuff.
Yeah, which is it's different than what I think James would do, but and so I had gone to one for summer, and then I decided to go again on a Thursday when Stevie was teaching because I had been wanting to go to hers, and I was very emotional that day, and so I literally didn't even dance. I just laid on the floor and meditated. Stevie pens handed out to like write down anything else. And I had written a letter to my ego. Because first I was scolding it, and I think something like, why can't we work together? Or like, you can always trust me, all that kind of stuff.
I like that.
And then, yeah, I do. And then we could share with the group if we wanted to. And just like, and I also said something, and I was crying, and this is hard for me to do, as you can tell, like at that other meditation, is so vulnerable to people like that. People, like, vulnerability is hard in general, but just like basically said that low point in my life, things were, and I didn't want them to be taken because I was created in the last 4 years, and I didn't want to rebuild this quickly because I'm so proud of what I've created.
Where you were proud of what you created, so asking for something different would imply stand.
Like, in that source of income was me, and I don't have any money, and I was like, I need money, and I said, so if anybody needs room or whatever, so to speak from the heart like that, and I'm vulnerable, how much of an impact I have, and I don't like actually means anything.
Like, you're very I
feel like I say many things that are very profound, but then when I like
when you're vulnerable, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, because like when you're vulnerable, let your guard down. You like just like release control, and I just, like I said, I always like one of my like first times for jet ski, or maybe it was skiing. No, it was wakeboarding. Doesn't matter. Where like from jet ski, and I fell off the ski, but bagged behind the jet ski.
Mm-hmm.
I like, they like just go off, and they didn't see that I fell, and they just drive off, and I just like kept to the place, and then circling the boat back around. He goes, "Hey, yeah, let go of the rope," and it was like with you with that. It was like, it's just like you're dragging yourself. Mm-hmm. Just let go of the rope, and when you're vulnerable, it's like you just let go of the rope.
Oh, okay.
And like, I mean, my analogy, I didn't die, but for you,
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, like from your aspect, yeah, like profound things just like come through.
Okay, so anyway, like, people in a small group, but like Stevie was there, her husband Brian was there, this other girl I know.
And that too, same woman and stuff.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for yeah. And then later that evening, or maybe it was the next morning or something like that, Brian was texting me, and I wonder if caregiving at at Stevie's comment for you. And I was like, and basically them told me, and then she was like, and then he simultaneously texted me, but I found out that Stevie has a private client, and I was like, yeah, I would love that. It was it was twice as much as what I get at my job, and I was like, yeah, I would love that, but I'm not working with that client. But like, and I looked him up, and I was like, yeah, it's exactly the amount of pay I want. And so like all it took for me was just to apply and say Stevie on my application. It was me being
deserving of a minimum amount, or how do you feel like? God damn it! Like, how do you just feel deserving? I don't know how to be vulnerable. Well, I guess. I mean, I do. It's like a manic episode. How to be. I don't know how to express.
Yeah.
But I guess that I'm still working on. That'll be a therapy thing. I feel deserving.
I think I've felt like I've been pushed down in my life that like I'm like, no, I'm a human. I deserve decent because I know I'm good inside. I don't know. Does that help? I know I'm a good person and I deserve good things.
Even just you saying that, my like subconscious is like, just because you're a good person doesn't mean like that. Like that's just my like internal dialogue. And when you say that, I was like thinking of like myself, like you saying
Oh,
it.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Because like I'm just like there's so much over and like just so many people with like so many types. It's just like why do I deserve something? Like why do I like they don't? Like process.
Acceptance that that's their own journey and not yours to take on. Energetically.
One more time?
You have to accept that that's their own personal spiritual journey. And that doesn't mean not yours to take on. I mean that theirs like their journey is less. You're just going on different paths. Lessons they need to learn. You have lessons you need to learn. At different paths, you've been learning it in a different way, or they might be with their soul evolution. But that doesn't mean that it's any less. It's just different.
You know, assume that like I guess I just think of like that made me think of like Hawaii because like housing's so there, but like people like loved it, like being on a tent and just living on the beach and like having bills and like stuff.
I would love that.
Yeah, like that helped me be like, well, who's to like just because it just be someone's homeless there and happy. That's like, well,
yeah, that too.
Yeah. So bad for like all these other people. It's like, well, like I don't know why. Why do I deserve something if they don't? And I don't know.
Well, like, do you feel like if you were stripped of everything and you lost life, how would you feel if you lived life?
I've kind of like prepared myself for that.
Okay.
Like when I was young and I'd go to on testers of everything, I'd always be like, ooh, this needed to like the like restrooms or campsites and stuff. And like, ooh, I could get free water here. I could like, use.
How would you feel bad for them if you're friendly?
Because I'm mentally.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I guess.
I think this is an example of your
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm an empathetic person. Like I'm also like I know people are suffering, but it's like I know I feel kind of, and then also that's their personal journey. To know like there's a lot of unnecessary stuff.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and that is something with like BPD though.
Yeah.
Is like it does like feeling because like I can't.
Yeah.
Not and it's like and it's just it makes me nerving, whereas I like you're able to know someone else's suffering doesn't mean I should suffer, and it's like I understand and can't comprehend it. My thought makes sense, and then I like try to feel it. It's like meditate on feeling deserving because I guess I didn't realize hinder myself to really make that big of a difference. Besides the tag and the bow.
No, I like the bead. I like the bead on it.
Glyph. Take it off and put that on. There's time and how much time it'll take me to put beads on all of them.
Oh.
But I don't know. I feel like it needs something. And
Glue the bead in so you don't have to string it through. Put the bead on the bow.
Yeah, I like that. Won't have maybe like the evil eye, like
Yeah.
you're very insightful. Thank you.
You're
let that one dry. Yeah, because I kind of like I want like a charm or something, but I'm also kind of like charged.
Oh, yeah.
Not on purpose, but
yeah.
Ooh, I do. Try my other one, but like months of like this.
Right? Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. I like your idea of gluing beads on. I like that a lot better. So wait for that to dry. Yep. So that'll be otherwise it'll take too fucking long. Yeah. A few things out there. about if like that's unrealistic? Because sometimes like the stuff I feel undeserving of is like also because um, I want uh, for example, I want to have a bunch of space, my own grade. Like I want like a nicer place than this, but I also want like um, less expensive. I want to make $100,000 a year. Like I want to make, which is $8,000.
Jordan does?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he has a shit ton of student loans and like cars and stuff, so it's not like he's once he like consolidated all his shit and is paying it off. So like, it's not like just because he makes that doesn't mean he takes.
Yeah, but I have no idea.
Yeah, I know. And he's like, well, no, because this one year, well, I guess, yeah, like 90. But he's no. I was like, you're rich. And he's like,
no.
He told us, oh. But I was like, why can't I make that?
Yeah.
And then I'm just kind of like, I could have said this. I'd rather be broke and happy than,
yeah.
Which he's, I mean, he, you know.
Oh yeah, he clearly loves that.
Yeah. But I can do it. But yeah, so, but like, I'm just like, shit, I deserve it. But I don't know. To me, $8,000 a month seems holy shit, you're loaded.
Yeah, that's that too. Like, oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. But also living in like this whole different. Because what I would do with the money, and I like planned it out, I, would put a lot of it towards like that space, like the space where I can like help people, etc. Also things. Oh man, I'm gonna say this. Yes. Okay. But yeah, it's not like I would like. It's like because I'm still trying to get more shit.
Yeah.
I also. I want to. But I also want like a car I enjoy driving versus one that's like just costs a shit ton of money. Able to afford like self-care. Like
I want to get facials every month.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah,
and, like,
that too.
I want to like honor my body and like
acupuncture.
Yeah. Like I want to be able to support people who like. I also want Botox, which is very affordable down there. So. But like. It's also like hard to the suffering because I haven't had any like major trauma, like abuse in the last like. I know that's before I lived with Jordan, but like. No, other Jordan did beat me up.
Yeah,
I was like, I've just been through so much that like I wasn't really affected by it. So I guess yeah, like the suffering I guess is kind of done because there's someone you can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and yeah, I'm just kind of like used to Go ahead.
There's something that not recent, like noticed about myself. Is I don't know if this is just or if it's this programming, and it's just getting progressive. When things are neutral or peaceful, I almost feel like I get bored. I anticipate some type of drama coming.
Oh yeah, you're very dramatic.
Yeah. I'm manifesting that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the drama or chaos happens. I don't want it. It's very emotionally and physically.
Yeah.
But I also think that's my root, deep-seated commitment. Because I need to fulfill that subconsciously. Itself, reliving itself.
Yeah. Well, I think though that like by you figuring out what you want, like coming to like if you don't have some like so there's physical energy, emotional energy, and mental energy. If you're like you don't have something that you're like studying for or like that you're exerting mental energy on and like you don't have like something you're exerting physical energy to exert like emotional energy, and because you like have so much mental energy I kind of like satisfies that like something to focus on, something to overanalyze, because like when Chris, you overanalyze the fuck out of like every little thing, and so I think it's also of like kind of, and so like that's gonna offer mental stimulation. It's not fun, but it like it fills that kind of
void,
like almost like analytical craving. Yeah. In like some people like crave drama, seem to like not crave drama, but like just analyze. And so it's like, oh, okay. Like, here's something you can overanalyze. Like, I don't know. It's okay.
Because when I was going to the school of metaphysics, I'm like, I'm not learning anything new here. And there was a lot of experiences that I was having that was creating a lot of drama and chaos with Chris.
Yeah, I think like once you're done especially by overanalyzing, then you'll like emotional energy, and then you'll like um like overly emotional. It's more like uh it's not that, it's like you things to like affect your emotional state. Um, if someone sends me a text message who like I had a falling out with like Johnny or something. If he's like not in a good mood, I'm not reading it. But later, like if I'm in a mood, I'll read it. But like I don't because I know it's not going to be something I want to hear. Like, I know it's not going to be, I'm just not going to look at it. Whereas, like, you allow yourself to, like, not as much anymore, but, like, yeah, but, like, it's like, you know that he's not going to say anything to make you happy. But, like, you'd have to look at it. And it was like, but things where it's like, I don't necessarily know with my, like, ignoring the problem probably doesn't seem like, it was just one of those things, like, I don't know what's right to do. Or, like,
well, my thing is, like, now that I, like, how, if I'm in a word, how can I direct that energy to bring in that excitement without bringing? Does that make sense?
No, say that one more time.
So when I feel, because there's nothing going on, I feel bored, and like I feel like, how can I redirect my whatever I feel needs to come in to something positively instead of creating chaos and make me unhappy?
Well, I think now with your, like, jobs and stuff, like, you have that, like, you can focus on, where before you have anything that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where, like, you don't have time to deal with things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So happy that you're, like, focusing on kind of.
Yeah. There was a point to bring up my stuff. Because it was kind of similar. The reason why I brought that up is kind of similar to what you were saying before that with it's similar to what you were saying, but it's a little different. And how? Fuck. What were you saying? It was
And letting it build. Covering that.
No, I think it was before that.
Yeah, it was.
But you were talking about
joy. Trauma's done. Like, I don't feel like I'm ever gonna be in a place where I'd, like, cut myself again. Like, I think I'll be in places where I'll, like, want to do that. I also don't think that, like, this I'd, like, want to kill myself again. I don't foresee that, like, ever happening again. As major trauma's done. Not saying that there won't be hard, like, you know, but, like, fucking trauma. Like, I feel like I have enough tools, this is like letting it devour me. I also have enough of a support system. Whereas, like that was not the case. Like, I don't wasn't like it was, but
yeah.
Getting to that point ever again, because yeah, like I have tools, and I've gone to therapy, and like that, like all of this stuff. I just get bad, but it won't get that bad anymore. And I don't know. as nice. But I think that's something to do. Like, I don't know. I get the sense that, like, me feeling be put through, like, is, like, somehow aligned with, like, okay, it make sense to me. To be honest.
When you endure that, both and later, is because if someone's doing this to me, I must be a bad person. I don't deserve human. The definition of human decency is living life to what you feel is success, fulfillment.
That way. I mean, like, well, I mean, I know I'm a very difficult person. So, like, for me, I think it's part of, like, why would somebody, like, it was to be, I don't know, like, I was telling a maybe or something. It was around, like time, like, we started becoming close. But, it's just, like, because she, was, like, doing a lot and stuff. It's like, I feel like you're a better friend than me. Like, I feel like I can see why, like, I'm friends with you, see why you're friends with me. I feel like you're a better friend than I am. And, like, in romantic relationships, like, I know I'm a lot relationships before with BPD. I expected certain behaviors and stuff, and, like, part of the therapy was losing those expectations. But now someone want to be with me. And, like, in a bad, like, that sounds bad. Fucking sad. But, like, it just, like, I'm a lot, and, like, I know that, and, like, not everyone. I just kind of like, well, why would I? Like, that's hard for me to, like, because, like, I mean, I don't fucking lot. Like, you know, so it's hard to.
Well, who's a very adaptable person. Like, I can, like, things changing. I say that, but, like, when it comes to, like, the real challenges, it's hard for me to adapt. But, like, yeah. And, like, I'm very. I accept people a lot.
Yeah. You don't like somebody.
Yeah.
Where I won't them, but I won't accept them. Even I like like just face sometimes, like, she'll be like, you like him. That doesn't mean I like him. Just because someone's nice doesn't mean I like him.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, doesn't mean whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, like, I don't know, like, maybe just my behaviors, like, now that my behaviors, like, I'm, like, getting better at and, like, not extremely toxic, I still have kind of, I think, a long for some things. And I'm just, there's not really, like, anything that excuse, not that shit was excuse. I guess, yeah, in my mind, it was kind of like it, the Texas city, maybe. Yeah.
Hey, boys. I'll be home a little bit later, okay? Okay. Filling fell out, probably. It sounds like it's possibly a filling that fell out. So you used to have a cavity and you had what's called a filling. Be part of your filling. And so I'll look at what this sounds like. Thing came out. So that's why I think it's a filling. Well, when I get back, I'll take a look at it, okay? I'm glad nothing hurts, though. Did it scare you? I bet. That would be scary to feel like, oh my gosh, did I lose part of my tooth? That would be scary. Toothless. So they just went. She's with my cats in front of the camera. All right, I'll see you guys soon, okay? I have a chiropractor appointment.
Where at?
Urbandale. Thrive Family Chiropractic.
Nice. Actually, her sister's a chiropractor.
Oh, cool.
I told her to go check her out sometime. I forgot.
I probably have to leave a little bit early. We're only supposed to get up to 3 inches of snow, but
that's out there, and I was like, huh. Yep. Damn. Yeah. Oh, but I was saying the trauma, anything. It was more like before that, like I couldn't talk about it, and so like people when they were like now I'm very like a parent. Like I have PD, I have this, I've been through this, I've been through. So like when I act a certain way, like I'm not light on something. Like there's like something like one would already hear of. So it's like there's like sense of like understanding. So I just.
So why do you, in the past, were you not even traumas you went through?
I processed it, so like it would send me into like an episode. Like I couldn't talk about it without crying. I couldn't talk about it without feeling like I just like hated myself, or like I like deserved everything. Or well, like I don't necessarily feel like. I don't know if I feel like I deserved it or not. I guess because I understand why some of it happened. I can see why they did that, but I can like see why. It's not the same thing as like saying I deserve it, though.
No. Well, the reason why I asked that question is because the word came up, and I'm like, oh, before I say that, I still don't know if that you tell me you think you feel or not shame.
I used to.
Well, in regards to why you wouldn't talk about your trauma.
Yeah. Yeah, that used to be a big. Yeah. There was like 3 main reasons, and that was one of them. Yeah, that was one of them. The other, because like I wouldn't want people to like feel sorry for me or like sympathy, and the other was like to protect. He did shit. But yeah, it is what it is.
Why didn't you want people to sorry for you?
I don't know. Part of it was like from a protective mindset people, but also because like that's yeah, but like I feel like you feel sorry, like powerless or like victims, and like I didn't feel like when shit would happen, I didn't feel like a victim. Like I don't know.
Well, that's good though.
Yeah.
Because most people feel victim when something's happening to them. Like literally everyone feels like that.
Yeah, in the moment, and I like did for a long time, but when I quit feeling victimized, like wouldn't want to talk about it because I wouldn't want. No, it just kind of like a seast of an emotion. Like it feels like someone feeling sorry for the point of that. What's that just seems unproductive. It feels fucked up, but
well, I mean, it can be unproductive, but there's a line. It can be unproductive if lingering, if they feel that way long.
Fragile. Like I'm not a fragile person.
Yeah.
And bad for me. It's like acting as though I'm fragile, and it's like I don't know. Yeah. It just seemed. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. All of it, like I don't feel like shame or anything, but I do for everything of stuff.
Well, the reason why I brought up shame is because this is what I'm just feeling. There's still some little bit of shame because shame and design are similar. There's some similarities. Oops. All right. 6, 7. Because when you feel shame, you feel like you're like when I visualize shame, like me feeling is like I'm like feeling like this fetal position, like it feels like I'm cowering and yeah.
I'm ashamed of like my actions, like sometimes like when I like go manic and stuff, but even like when I behave like rude and stuff like that, see, I was gonna look and see if there's a synonym, but like I rarely feel guilty about stuff, but I always feel like ashamed and like ashamed of like how I acted, or like yeah, I feel like shame a lot, I think, but it's not because of like trauma, it's because of like how I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of fucked up, isn't it?
I mean, I still sometimes feel the same way about myself.
Yeah. What's another? Dishonor. What's that? Maybe wait.
Embarrassed? Do you ever feel embarrassed?
Shame. It depends on the situation. I mean, I guess like the thing is I give so many disclaimers so that it's like if I go manic in front of somebody, yeah, I feel very embarrassed. But that's where the dissociation will pop in, and then I like dissociate, and then it's like it never happened. I guess yeah, humiliated, yeah. I
Because there's not there's a blockage. Your block is shame. Therefore, you feel like you don't deserve what you want.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I feel like I'm doing all I can do, and I've like it's not like all I can do is like do my best and like work on shit, and like that's what I have been. So I guess I don't.
I think you're doing amazing.
Yeah, I guess I don't know why I still feel. I just like yeah. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of shame. I just didn't realize it. I'm not ashamed of what I used to be ashamed of. I'm ashamed of other shit now. Probably. I'll put these on. Put it in the middle first.
My house.
I don't know.
Extreme. Yeah, not a strong one, an extreme one.
I don't know, but I also do feel like you helping me with this will like help you with this. I feel like you're also simultaneously like yourself like advice that you need to hear.
Thank you. So I had a reading with Marsha.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, she basically would.
Why?
I don't know. I randomly thought I want to trade with Marsha. I don't know why. And so I'm gonna do.
No, I know.
Oh, she explained it.
Yeah, go.
Well, the reason why she was called Nika was It was combining.
Yeah.
And now she's grown. Go back to her. She felt like I like taking a different identity. To be Marsha, known as.
Okay.
That's her identity.
Cool.
I think she wanted to be referred to as who she is.
Cool. Okay.
But she's still using Nika as an entity for teaching. Like her thing on Facebook or social media to Nika Life or something.
Kind of like how Alina's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nika Life. Don't know. Oh, live your truth. This is what she's. That's how she's branded.
That's a cool picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does dry up kind of fast.
But she's what was brought up in my grandpa came through, but she's like
mom's side or dad's side?
My dad, my dad's dad, and about there's ancestral both sides of my family. My mom.
Oh, yeah, to the group.
And I was like, I don't know. Ancestors wanted me to connect with them over a year ago. I don't know. Obviously, I haven't stuff there. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it myself. He referred me to this space. She's a shaman. Her name is Lacey. She said Nika said something about ants in my ancestral line. We emotions, and I'm finally starting to surface like a lot of those emotions and express my emotions because we didn't currently, and so.
Wish I was telling you that for long.
But like to know that it's ancestral is nice to know.
Yeah, true, valid.
Good job.
I do think.
Do you?
Yeah, I was like valid. Just a word.
Yeah.
But only to like my friends too.
So,
because I care what you guys are saying.
So, I want to send a woman, because Nika, she's coming up for you. I was like, okay. So, but that's I think in reference to what you were saying, I don't know. I think there's a connection there with what
ancestral trauma, not expense, shame. I mean, I guess
I guess maybe I do feel like, or I feel ashamed almost from being fully vulnerable. I feel it's relieving but like right when I decide to do it, ooh, and then while I'm doing it,
it's hard for you.
Yeah.
Doing it, there's still like a sense of like don't let go.
Yeah.
I took one hand off, so I'm showing something, and it's like yes, yeah. But be completely.
Yeah. Sums it up.
But I do think that like I mean, I could tell that right away. You're just always so cautious, and that's why I wanted like you to break plates. I could tell that. I mean, now I know now about your relationship with Chris, and like you had touched on it and said stuff before, but like, you know, well, I think since then a lot of shit has happened. There's a lot more that had happened, you know. Mm-hmm. I think your emotions weren't validated, but like also that like it was almost like if I act, the people won't like love me or value me, and like I picked up on that right away. We need to feel like unconditional love, meaning like lead in front of us and then like let us love you afterwards, so like you can start to feel like that love, because
when you asked me to do that, like
you're like
no, the moment that I
tried,
I know, and then the moment that I did actually lose my shit completely, my kids were in the other room. I had the door shut, and then you were there, and you were there in my complete mess and love.
Yeah, well, it's like hard to do when you're not. I mean, I totally get it. My therapist, Amy, she had me like watch a bunch of movies that would make me cry. Like being able to like cry. And so like it is fully fun to lose your shit. And when you did it like say it like completely, but like you allowed yourself to like, because that's the thing, is expressive without losing your shit. I can't, but you can. And you also don't even expressive sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I think with Sam it was cool because you like just like
but there's something else.
Was it about you?
Yeah.
Well, I think
in relation to shame.
I think part of it too is like judgmental, but like you have very high expectations for, and that translates to having high expectations for others. Control is like not wanting to be vulnerable. Part of it is also like if I wouldn't act that way. Kind of like I can tell that there's that mind, and it's like you want to act that way doesn't mean like, but like I can't really say that because like comes to healthy expression, like I don't know, not really nice there.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
what way looks better?
That looks good.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Shame deserving. Expressive.
Like
Before you forget, sorry, how do you spell resilience?
RESILI. One that we're using coats on. I was talking to this one woman. My thing is, and it's my areas, I need to have my feelings validated by others. But why do I feel that? Why can't I just validate my own feelings and be okay if someone else doesn't accept how I feel? I rely on others to validate how I feel. I can validate myself.
Yeah, is that a rhetorical question?
Okay. Or no, you can answer if you want.
Well, I think it's because you have such an analytical mind that other people, because like emotions don't make sense. Sometimes there's valid reasons behind them. I mean, there's always valid reasons behind them, but like sometimes emotions happen because of shit. So sometimes like they're completely inappropriate in the moment. People like just kind of like up in like an inappropriate setting. I think like I can't handle that. Like not necessarily or something like that, but like if Heather was I don't know why such an extreme example, but like if Heather's having like a bag you a bunch of mean shit or whatever, you're like, that's not fair to me. Like it's like when someone like kind of just like emote or unjust or like whatever. I think you can't handle that because like if something's projected onto you, like logically it doesn't make sense. And like that like and that I think you be like to feel uncomfortable if someone just overreacts like so like you don't want to overreact and over the top because you don't want to make someone else uncomfortable. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think if somebody was to like preface it or like then you can mentally prepare. But when like are so analytical and so like controlling is kind of a bad word in that so particular. I'll put it so like particular and things to work a certain way that when shit is just like complete chaos, you're just like everything and like emotions complete chaos and that just like it goes against you're against everything. So it's very much like it makes you uncomfortable. It's like it doesn't make sense. It's chaotic, like particular, like you know what I mean.
That's why I like to study the subconscious mind so much.
Like you want to know what to expect, and you have these expectations about how things should
understand too.
One more time.
I want to understand. Like in it, then I can. Doesn't make sense. Put it into logic.
And that's like not always because like emotions like aren't logical.
I know.
And the emotions and not logic.
Well, it's because the reason why I said to help understand the subconscious mind is because emotions are things which originate in the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I can understand the subconscious mind, I can understand have certain emotions when emotion at a particular amount, like, and then why is this emotion coming up all of a sudden? Why do I feel this way?
But just because you understand why doesn't mean you understand what's gonna like come up.
Yeah.
Like with others.
Yeah.
Which I think, I think our friendship is for a multitude of reasons, but I find that very interesting because I'm very unpredictable. I know half the time. So just innately. And so it's funny because you like predict. I guess when I say you expect certain things, I don't have these expectations set for you. It's more about predictability versus like expectations.
Yeah.
Where like emotions, if shit's just unplanned, like that's too much. And for other reasons too, like when Caleb plays his video games and like, you know, freaks the fuck out, like that makes you uncomfortable. Like
yeah.
So I think you don't let your Aries energy out because you don't want to comfortable. And it's just kind of like, just because it makes you uncomfortable doesn't mean it makes others uncomfortable. Like I think that's another reason for you where I'm helpful because,
well, should I give a fuck?
True. But like I think that Alexis and I and stuff and whatever can come into play because like you ain't gonna make us uncomfortable. Like, it's just true. You know.
Yeah. Speaking of Alexis, I miss her.
I know. Say, I hope she's doing okay.
I think it was either yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I said, I just want to let you know I love you.
Oh, that was nice.
Yep. Yeah, it was yesterday. I also texted Morgan. I just told her, I said, I love you, Morgan. You're amazing and deserve the world.
Yeah. Something I tried to meditate on because everything in me, like when she told me vindictive, like I'm just like, take pictures, send yourself gifts. Like all my stuff is just like, don't get mad, get even. I'm like, not appropriate, Kate. Not appropriate. Like, I don't know. Because I don't know what to say or do. Like,
I have the feeling that, like, based on what she gave, that he is still this woman because she lives far away and he's like, that one day they'll be together or whatever. I didn't say that right. That one day, I don't know, he just has this like
it's not completely closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty shitty. I'm not going to be fully invested in another person.
Gross.
Yeah, that is.
Like, I just heard information and buy more like like I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I know. I did say, and that was random usually, that we could, because I kind of want to go back. There it is. I kind of want to go back home this weekend and like go through my old bedroom, but like and just like burn a bunch of shit. Also, I just want to get like out of like here for a minute because there's so many things that like I need to do. Just like I need to.
I know you've been going a lot.
Yeah, and I need myself to think about like what I want and like how you do that, like writing and stuff like that. Like I need to like do that and take. I don't know. I think going through my old shit, where I've come and like all of that and whatever. But nice, like because I've been wanting you guys to like,
yeah,
and it like I really want. I know that that's a no. But I think like us, like you, me, and Morgan, to go to his house, or I can have that one guy get us an Airbnb and that's the places.
I probably can't go this weekend.
Back a lot too.
Okay.
Because I want to start. So with Arizona and stuff, I decided that like there first with like out my like apothecary and all of my be there and like not have stuff to do, not have a lot to unpack and do it in months and have wherever I'm staying like kind of temporary and then when it feels like whatever, then come back and like bring all my
stuff. It's a good idea.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know where I'm gonna put my stuff. But my brother also owns this like huge building downtown. I talked to him about. But I think just starting to face and like simultaneously take shit here. So I can less to do all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, but I like really want you guys to come too. And
I want to check it out too.
Like it's a lot of fun when they're gonna live there because there's so much like fun things and like go by the river and stuff like that. But
that makes me think of what he does is he goes bottle hunting at rivers. And he'll find like cool rocks, old bullet, like old ones, and he's like, I'm just gonna leave it. He looked at it because he's like, it could be dangerous, but like that's why stones, and he finds like these.
Love it.
At Clinton,
Eagle Point Park and stuff.
And my old bottles, a lot of them are Coca-Cola bottles. Ooh. Worth hundreds of dollars, and then there's like ink bottles.
Yeah.
There's this one.
Like you did. Okay, that was what I thought, but I was like, wanted to double check.
There's one he found. It had still in it. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
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 They're from I want to say like Claire, which is like right next to.
Oh, I was thinking that was in Wisconsin.
They're like the shop and right next to Clinton.
Oh wow.
Yeah, not in Wisconsin though.
Oh.
There also might be a little Claire, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Like, because that's it's because of the river town. Like, theirs was actually established before the state of Iowa was established.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, there's houses underground railroad. So there's houses with like secret tunnels and paths.
Oh.
The building where my brother owns now, it's like super old and crazy. It's really cool buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. At Cirque the other night, this girl was talking about, she goes, yeah, I was with something about work. She goes, and this one like high in class in 8th grade And I was like, oh, that's nothing. I was like, when I was in middle school, this kid got busted for having a meth lab when he was in grade. It's like his name was Paul England. I was like, his parents were like out of nothing. And she goes, Jesus. I'm like, but I'm from Clinton. She goes, that's where this 8th grader who was high in class was from. And that's okay. That tracks. Just like, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah. But if you're not from there, like, you know, you don't know that.
Yeah.
The old stuff's like really cool. And Clay Park, like, I'll show you. I'm really glad you came over.
Yeah, me too.
Kegle.
I stayed the night at Stephen's last night, and I was on my way to work, and I was like, I need to see. I think I'm supposed to see Kate today or something like that.
You told me a lot of things I need to get. So that's our castle.
Hey, well, there's like a near Winterset, outside of Winterset, Iowa, which is west of Indianola.
I don't know. There's one like this in Dubuque, but a park called Eagle Point Park.
Cool. Let me. The one that I've been to.
Neat.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, and it overlooks the river. It's really pretty, but people just go in there and piss.
I'm sure.
That's all this bridge, but it's cool. There's the bridge.
Oh, nice.
That's the complex. So this right here overlooks the widest part of the Mississippi.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a question on Jeopardy.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Well, there's a lot cooler things other than the castle, but seems like the castle's always popping up. Oh, there's an obelisk. Obelisk.
I think that's how you say it.
Okay. There's also like a Statue of Liberty there.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's little. Oh, and a dog park. There's also like an old like bird sanctuary, but it's like completely gone and like hasn't been used in years and years. But like the like fenced dome is there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a ton of bald eagles.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I mean all along the river. There's like a little waterfall and like pond. Oh, that's the dam. Just thinking of it in the park.
Here we go.
Oh. Yeah. Huh. Never seen that before. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway, and they have like little like old school playgrounds with like the fucking unsafe slides and the unsafe fucking shit.
Mm.
It's like the good playgrounds. Yeah, and then we also have the bike path. I don't know if there's pictures of that, but I guess I could have put dike up on the dike. Okay. Yeah, so it's like a bike path, but then it like goes over the river, and then there's like gazebos and stuff.
Lighthouse.
Oh yeah, that too. I guess. Oh, and the bridge. That is cool. So when I took the guys to Clinton for the first time, I was driving up on the bike path, and like the railroad bridge, that one was like open because it opens for barges to go through, and they were both like, "Whoa!" And I was, Jordan was like, "Brian, I had seen it before because of Tumwa, yeah, stuff like that." But yeah, the whole bridge like turns and it's like goes straight, so barges can go through, and then it like turns back. Which, if you've never seen it before, it's like pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, so the like dike and the bike path, like it'll go back behind the like river and stuff, and there's a whole trail, and then it goes all the way up to Eagle Point Park, and I don't know, it's really cool, and like
it looks like a cool park.
Yeah, and I don't know, there's a lot of like cool, pretty like old stuff, and like my friend Sarah, her family owns a bunch of land and like built like this little playhouse. I don't know, it's a really like cool place if you like you know, just don't get high and do drugs all the time. like you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I grew up there. But then there's like sketchy parts.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, just it's kind of funny. But it's not like, I don't know. It's not like you don't have to worry about stuff. You just can't like run your mouth. That's one of those things where like you're not gonna like, I don't know, nothing's gonna happen unprovoked. But like the whole like talk shit, get hit, like, yeah, that's a thing. I guess, wait, is that a common phrase anywhere else?
What?
Talk shit, get hit?
I've heard that.
Okay. I was like,
yeah.
What?
You're like, is that, have you heard that before?
Well, I was like, after I said it, I was like, I don't know. Because there's sometimes like things that like I'd say and it's like wasn't a common thing.
Yeah. I gotta go pee. Do you want me to let her in?
Yeah. I haven't cleaned my toilet in like 2 weeks, so there's orange rust marks or whatever. So just heads up.
Okay.
Hi, Miss Moira. You can come in too. I want to put that resilience.
There we go. You're welcome. Yeah, if you have any other issues, we will see if we can come up with a solution.
Wait, is it resilience? My brother has like a nice house and everything too.
Really?
And like a bunch of land, like 13 acres and a 4-wheeler.
Whoa.
Hi, Miss Moira. That's like separate, like his house isn't like he has multiple properties.
Nice.
But yeah, you guys should come. And the old building he bought downtown.
Can I go on the bed?
It's not a fun game. Don't wag your tail. Still smells like farts up here. That's what I thought. Nope. Don't look at it.
Okay.
Okay. Now go forward. Nope. Go. Go lay down. That's not laying down. Go lay down. Go lay down. That'll work.
Okay.
Go. All right, now go. Ha 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 I love you. Yeah, I want to pet. You need to brush your teeth. Oh yeah. Yeah. Your butthole and your mouth smells like shit. Let me see your teeth. Yeah, we need to brush your teeth. What did you get into? You've been getting into trash can on me. You have to pick that.
Steven's dog got in the trash last night.
Yeah, I bought toothbrushes from Dollar Tree just for you. Yeah. Oh, she did? You did? What, Daisy, right?
Yeah,
okay.
She did.
Katy Perry's daughter is named Daisy.
Oh.
Yeah. I've seen all of YouTube because I couldn't sleep last night because I didn't want there to be
a nice surprise.
Yeah. And there were times where I like started to let my guard down and start dozing off, and she jumped down and start pacing. I'm like, God damn it, absolutely not. So what else? Oh, what else is new? And like stuff with like you and Steven and I don't know. By the way, thank you for all your guidance and insights.
Oh, you're welcome.
Didn't think I'd be putting you to work, but I appreciate it.
Let's see. It was Caleb's birthday on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, happy belated birthday.
Yeah. Which he probably thought it wasn't that great of a birthday, but
why?
Well, he got in trouble in the evening. We were supposed to, so we went to my parents' house for brownies because that's what he wanted for his birthday, and then we went to Steven's house, and we left within an hour of being there because him and Lana wouldn't stop fighting, and it was just we were just supposed to hang out. We were watching Netflix, all of us together, and all the kids were kind of bickering back and forth, but then it was predominantly Lana and Caleb, and we told them multiple times basically to shut up, and they wouldn't. They just couldn't stop, and so Steven's like, you better just go. I'm like, yeah. And Lana got upset that we actually were leaving. And I'm like, well,
consequences.
And
but should have thought about that before you were arguing the whole time.
Yeah.
You got your way.
Right?
Just get in, see what you want. What? Sorry. Anyway.
Other than that, it's going good with him. I have this strong urge to sell my house before the new school year starts.
And when does the school year start?
In August.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know, I just feel like the urge is getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
But I don't want to move in the middle of the school year. Because if I would list my house and have it sold within if I choose the right realtor, it could be sold within days, or an offer could be accepted. And then say it takes 45 days to close. Well, that's still in the middle of the school year, and I don't want to pull my kids out of school and into a new school year or school because they're already new this year.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've just been going into Indianola a lot, and I'm like, this is a good town. I mean, overall, it's a good town.
Yeah.
And I already talked to Shar about the possibility of selling my house, and she told me I could get it for 25 to 40 more than what I bought it for, $1,000.
Is Shar like a realtor or like? Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Oh, I don't know if I've mentioned her before. She was my.
Oh no, I know Shar. Yeah. Well, I remember she was your person for like divorce.
Domestic violence.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
And so, she's like, you can probably sell it for 25 to 40,000 more than what you bought it for right now. And I'm like, ooh, that's good. That's really good. But I just don't. I don't know. And she goes, where would you move? Because I was like, I feel like I need to get out of Des Moines. And she's like, where would you move? Indianola? I was like, funny you say that because that's actually what I'm considering. And I also think it's funny that I live on the street.
Yeah, because we've talked about that before.
Yeah. And
because I've always thought that.
Yeah. And I was like, And Steven again is bringing up moving in together again, and I'm like,
how is he with like every little inconvenience, like wanting being like, I'm done? Is that like
when it involves all the kids together, like he was the one that said you need to go home the other day.
Yeah, but that's different than like wanting to like break up though with every little thing.
Yeah, I think he's finally realized. Like I think he's kind of like mellowed out when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And actually, I'd asked Marsha. It sounds weird saying her name. About that, like at the end, and she's like, he was misunderstood, and I'm like, yeah, I misunderstood him. And she said he's like things are more leveled out now, and she said like things are looking good, but it's really up to him because he still seeks happiness outside of him. He's still like searching outside of him. I'm like, yeah, I can see that. And so it's up to him really of like how this relationship turns out. She's like, it's up to you too, but like really, he would be the defining factor. I was like, okay.
That's interesting because he smokes like so much weed that you would think that like he'd have some prophetic insight.
He does. I don't know. He doesn't smoke as much anymore. He's been slowing down on smoking and drinking wine, which he's not an alcoholic by any means. Like,
yeah,
let's get real.
I'm not an alcoholic. Yeah, I'm not an alcoholic, but I gave up drinking. I said I was sober the other day to Miles on the phone. He goes, "That's awesome," and Jordan goes, "Not sober," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, I like smoke weed and do coke, not all the time, but like it has happened."
Yeah.
I'm like, so I probably shouldn't say it like sober, but
you could say sober from alcohol.
Yeah, and I've only done. I mean, I smoke weed periodically, like when, I'd say 5 times since I quit drinking. I've only done coke once since I've quit drinking.
That's not that much.
No, but like coke really doesn't have an effect on me. It was more when I'm high and then people are like, you need to drive home. I'm like, uh-oh. So it was more for other people's benefit.
Oh, okay.
Not my own, but when I'm high, do not get a car with me. I will drive the wrong way on a one-way, run south. Because in my mind, I'm like, why is this inanimate object telling me what to do?
Yeah.
I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Like, like it's not that I like don't comprehend what's happening. I'm like, not gonna listen to a sign.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh my god, I could totally see you doing that.
Yeah.
But there's so his landlord, he works for his landlord, so they have a really good relationship, and there's this house duplex that he's been prepping for the next renter, helping his landlord do little minor improvements, and he's considering moving in there with his girls. And it's bigger than his house right now, and it's the same amount in rent. And it's this old house. It's very beautiful. Like it's natural. It's a original woodwork. Or no, the woodwork is really cool. He took me to see it. That's why I'm like describing it. The woodwork has a clawfoot tub that they're getting rid of. They're cutting it up, and I was like, don't do. I'm like, why are you doing? There's no shower head. I'm like, just put it in a shower head. It's good to go.
Yeah, and also like, I'll take like anyone would take that.
Yeah,
like,
I want to take it so bad.
Yeah.
I know.
That's like.
I was like,
what? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. But anyway, it's got a basement and everything. And there's somebody that lives upstairs, but you don't have to go through the downstairs.
My dad owns a duplex that he like. So I get that. Like, they're completely separate. Like,
yeah. But the only thing is that there's 2 washers and 2 dryers in the basement, so that would be the only time you might run into the neighbor.
Oh yeah.
But like sounds like Steven's on good terms with the upstairs guy anyway. But he was like, I was like, this house would be a no-brainer for you and for me if it was me and the boys. Like, this is a really cool house. The only thing, and then he's like, do you think it's enough room for all of us? I'm like, why are you saying this again?
Yeah.
But there would be enough room for us, and I was like, there's only a few things. Like, I would need some storage space. Like, there's a shed and a garage that's both being used by the tenant upstairs, and I'm like, he'd have to give up some of that space.
Yeah.
And but anyway, I want, like, I could see myself living there with him. I just can't move in there right now. I mean, Steven did some of the flooring yesterday. They're like he redid the flooring in the bathroom, which he's really good at flooring.
Nice. Hopefully he's good at fixing walls because he still has a.
Oh, it's still not done? Oh, I did tell him that.
Yeah, no.
He has to do my ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but I'm real talented at procrastinating. So, I mean, there's parts I could probably do myself because I saved some of the chips that I like took out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I could put those back on and then put the plaster over it and repaint it. But there's other parts where it's like, yeah, nah, I can't. I don't know how to do that. And he doesn't have to. I can figure something else out if he doesn't want to. But
I'll ask him again because I had asked him when it first happened.
Yeah.
I can ask him again.
Not a priority, clearly. But, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to turn down an offer.
Yeah. But I don't know. We're not like actively talking about it. It's just it'll be brought, then we get distracted by a kid, or not distracted, interrupted by a kid.
Yeah.
And distracted. And so like we haven't like done anything as far as like taking action on actually doing it, or like both like really saying yes, let's do it.
Okay.
Or yes, let's move in together.
Is it like assumed that you'll move in together though? Like, can you see yourself moving without him moving in with you, or vice versa?
Yeah. I could see myself living with him, and I could see myself not moving in with him.
Can he see himself moving but not moving in with you?
Yeah.
Oh, he can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because he was first, well, I don't know. I guess I don't know, because he had first talked to me about this duplex before showing me, and he was like, I kind of feel like that's where the girls and I need to go, but I wonder if he held back and saying, I want to move there with you too.
Yeah, like I could see you playing out both scenarios, but I wonder if he just only pictures moving with you. Yeah. I don't know, but I could see it that way.
Yeah, me too. But regardless, I still have some uncertainty with it, but I know that I'm supposed to be moving before the school year starts.
What's your uncertainty? Besides his uncertainty.
Yeah. No, I wasn't thinking about him. If I'm supposed to rent or buy next.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm supposed to rent, which kind of seems ass backwards, because there's this system in place that buying a house is a really good investment, but I don't know anything about housing or realty.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, realty. I think that's the word. But I just have the sense that sometimes houses can be money pits. Now, mine is not a money pit, but like it can only be an investment if you're. To me, when I think of investment, is when you're looking to make a profit.
Yeah.
And then a house can only be an investment if you're going to sell it at some point.
Yeah.
Now, some people buy a house thinking it's an investment in their life, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I just feel like I don't want Caleb to go to the Des Moines High School. I don't. Gavin's going to be in 6th grade next year. Caleb's going to be in 9th grade. And the housing market is still doing really good while it's a seller's market, and I feel like it's about to shift soon. I've been hearing things from other realtors saying that the rates are going to go up, and that means there's going to be a shift. And so I'm like, I need to do it soon. And I just feel like I'm done being in the city.
You're done what?
I'm done being in the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
think like your house definitely was like great for you, but I don't like it. Just with all the offers you're getting for it and stuff, it does seem like there's like the universe is giving you a lot of incentives to like expand, kind of.
Yeah.
So is the new house duplex bigger or
bigger than my house?
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know what the square footage is, but it feels bigger.
Oh,
the
that's
dining
nice.
room the dining room and living room are huge. Well, I don't think the living room is bigger than my living room, but the dining room is huge. And the kitchen's probably slightly bigger than mine.
Okay, how many
And
rooms
it has
is
a
it?
sunroom too.
Oh, nice, because that's
I mean, it's smaller than mine, but still, like the sunroom is
well,
more
you don't
attached to the house.
Yeah, and you don't utilize all the space in yours anyway because of the hot tub.
Hot tub, yeah. And it has like this off of the kitchen. It has like this little room that could be used as a pantry or like a mini office.
That's cool.
But like the basement also could be used for like, you know, an office, painting, meditation area.
Studio for whatever you want.
Yeah. I would probably just call it a studio. But it's a really cool house, and it is like right off of the highway, but the highway there versus the highway I live on is very
I was
different.
I was gonna say, I mean, especially there, people would care more if somebody ran.
Yeah.
There's not like crazy people just going in the street and breaking plates.
Yeah. And the yard really is like nothing. Now that's another like thing, because I want a yard for my kids to run around in.
Yeah. Yeah. What? How big is the yard?
Like half of the size of my yard right now.
Okay. Ooh, we're gonna have to go 4-leaf clover hunting though.
I know.
I want a crystal of yours that you mind that you.
Yeah, mind.
Okay. When I want one to take with me for when I go to Arizona. 'Cause I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Like feel like I'm working on utilizing more like again I don't know a whole lot about human design, but like working on harvester energy and like those crystals and stuff you like worked and like whatever like generator energy and then like I want to yeah, words are hard, but I just said I didn't ask for one. No, never mind. I was like, I asked for something. Good job. I'm like, no, I didn't. I just
said I want it.
Yeah.
Well, that's so good too.
No, I think I do that a lot though.
Oh.
But like I'm like I want because I'll be like I want this, but that doesn't mean I deserve it. But yeah. May I please have a crystal to take with me when I move to Arizona that you mined for?
Yes.
Okay, that felt so extremely uncomfortable. I didn't like that at all.
Really?
No, I did not.
I need to leave. I probably need to leave earlier than normal. The roads don't look really bad, but people. I'm worried about the other drivers.
Yeah.
Going slow or being idiots.
Yeah. Did you see out here back last time it snowed? There's a car just randomly in the ditch that like made no sense to be there, and there was another car right behind it. Like the other car clearly saw the one car and looked at it, and then just like drove right in behind. It was like, I don't know how the first car got there because it does not, like, there was no turn. There was that thing. It was like they just drove off, and then it was like the second car clearly was looking at that car, and then just like. Yeah,
dear.
It was funny. Not for them, but it was funny to see. Yeah. I guess, do you feel more like entitled to, nope, not the right word. That's what I feel. Do you feel more deserving for like things you want when you like write it down and put it out there?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember what you were going to say, because you were like, well, the act of like manifesting stuff still takes work. And you were going to like talk about that for a second. Anyway, I just thought of that. And I was like, that's true, because like, I know you write stuff, but like, how else does it take work besides, how else does it take work? End my sentence. Question.
For me, it's like, well, I want this thing, and I'm gonna start looking. I'm gonna start researching that too.
Okay.
Usually it's just when I start the act of looking, like researching, seeing what my options are, and then that's all it takes, and then it'll come to me.
But like, does researching it like allow you to like still feel deserving?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like when researching like is just something that comes natural to me anyway. But like when I research, knowing that there are, I think this might help you. Knowing that there are many options, and that because there's an abundance of options. See, this is my suggestion. Knowing that there's many options, that there's plenty enough to go around for others, that you feel like they deserve it too.
But do you research within your like budget, or do you research? Because like I've been looking at like homes and apartments and stuff, but then I was like, apartments, like there's an abundance, yeah, but like I want space, I want a yard, and then I don't know.
Yeah, in my budget, yeah, and I within my budget, but then I also like allow for wiggle room on both sides.
Yeah, my budget and what I like need are not on the same page. But I did start this morning looking up like how to build a home, like out of like a shipping container or something. So I was like, well,
people do that.
That and like in Arizona, like I don't have to worry about like tornadoes and stuff. And I was like,
sandstorms,
yeah,
dust storms, or what do they call those? They just had one recently, actually.
Yeah, I'm thinking tsunami. That's not it. It's called
I think it's a sandstorm. I think it's called sandstorm.
Yeah, there is another name for it though, but a monsoon. Or maybe that's a thunderstorm.
Monsoons with rain.
Okay, yeah. So then just sandstorm.
Okay. They do have those.
Yeah.
I don't think they're like anything like tornadic weather.
No, I've been there in the middle of it, and like I loved it. People were freaking out, and I was just like, dude, I was in the middle of derecho. My car went up on 2 wheels. Like this ain't shit.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've been in the derecho. I've been in tornado weather. I've been really bad blizzards on driving through the mountains in here in Iowa, and then also I lived on the East Coast when we had hurricanes. So
I've never seen a guy through a hurricane. Well, I guess seen.
I never heard of this term until I lived out there. A nor'easter.
I don't know what that means.
It's basically a thunderstorm on the coast.
Oh.
With high winds. It's like
almost a monsoon, but like in Arizona, but it's just like a bad thunderstorm, but like bad's kind of.
Yeah, but like it causes flooding. And I'm like, they kept talking about a nor'easter on the news. I'm like, what the fuck is a nor'easter? This just looks like Iowa weather right now.
Yeah. I remember when I can't remember, I think it was my second time ever out there. Like I was older, but they were talking about it being monsoon season and how they were supposed to get like monsoons and stuff. And I actually always go out there during monsoon season because I go out there in the late summer because it's super, super hot, but it's way cheaper to go out there then.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And so I was like, when I first heard that, I was like nervous. And then we were like in the middle of a monsoon. And afterwards they were like, yeah, isn't that crazy? Like the monsoon or whatever. I'm like, wait, that's a monsoon? They're like, yeah. I'm like, it's like a little thunderstorm. Like that's not even a bad thunderstorm. Who knew like years later I'd have Jordan tie me up on a rope outside, like trying to go flying.
Right.
Dude, I saw YouTube videos of people in 70-mile-an-hour winds, like jump up in the air and like fly a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
I was trying, but yeah, it was crazy. Like the videos I saw, they were like in a it looked like a hurricane with snow. I was like, damn. It was in like New York or East Coast or.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, shit was nuts. What's another word? Oh, self-empowerment. Nope. Or use empowerment. Confidence, resilience. Okay. Think of another word. Where confidence, empowerment, resilient,
self-worth.
Gonna end this. Bye.
Bye.